What punishment made you think, "You've got to be kidding me"? Owen had to earn points to use the bathroom. No, seriously. My son Ben's best friend Owen had the strictest parents I'd ever seen. Not just no screen time after 8 strict. This was full-blown dystopian nightmare strict. His dad, Greg, ran their house like it was a corporate prison. He had this privilege points system for Owen. You lost points for everything. Be 1 minute late to dinner? -5. Forget to make your bed? -10. Get an A- instead of an A? Boom, that's 20 points gone. And Owen needed points to do anything. Want dinner? 45 points. Shower? 30 points. Homework time? 25 points per subject. Using the bathroom? That was a whole separate cost. And if you didn't have the points, you either held it or went into point debt. Yeah, point debt. A system where every negative point had to be paid back triple. Owen had recently gone into 180 because he'd used the bathroom without permission. I found all this out during a sleepover. Ben asked if Owen could have some pizza, and Owen pulled out a little notebook. He had exactly 47 points left and looked genuinely afraid to spend 45 on food because he'd need to pee later. I thought he was joking at first. He wasn't. I'm a computer programmer. The second I saw Owen's point log, I knew something was very wrong. Greg, who bragged constantly about being some tech-savvy hotshot lawyer, had built this entire smart home system where Owen's access to everything, bathrooms, fridge, even his bedroom, was controlled by electronic locks, all tied to this point system, and he controlled it remotely from his phone, usually while sipping lattes at the local coffee shop, which just happened to be where I worked on my laptop every morning. It took me 3 days to crack into his system. The security was a joke. First, I kept it subtle. Owen would magically earn extra points overnight. Bathroom doors would unlock at convenient times. Point costs would reset to 0. Greg went nuts. He kept resetting the system, thinking it was a glitch. I'd give it a few days, then glitch it again. Always random, always untraceable. Then came parents' night. Greg was scheduled to give a little talk on modern parenting and responsibility at school. I got there early and plugged into the projector, loading a quiet little program onto the school's system. When Greg clicked to start his slideshow, he expected applause. Instead, the screen behind him lit up with everything. His point system, the bathroom restrictions, the food rationing, logs of Owen's behavior and punishments, a full database of rules like no water unless earned, and 1 hour in locked room for negative points. The room of 200 parents and teachers went dead silent. The principal's face went white. Greg stammered something about it being just a game, but it was over. 3 parents called CPS that night. The investigation moved fast. Greg tried to claim he'd already deleted the system. He had, because I wiped it remotely the second he got reported. I left just enough evidence to show what he'd done, but not enough for him to make it look harmless. He couldn't explain it away. Owen and his mom moved in with her sister. Divorce proceedings kicked off immediately. Greg's fancy law firm, they suspended him once their clients started jumping ship. No one wanted to be associated with the guy in the headlines for digitally imprisoning his own son. Ben still sees Owen. He's different now, healthier, smiles more. Last time he came over, I asked if he wanted pizza. He didn't even reach for a notebook.